Early extension may be the biggest problem amateur golfers experience, and today we are going to fix that with an iconic move all the greats do. We are back with one of the coaches that teaches those greats, Dana Dahlquist, who's the coach of Bryson DeChambeau, to not only properly teach me this move, but to solve other problems that you may also have. On top of early extension, we go over remedies to stop getting stuck in the downswing, leaving too big of divots due to holding on too long, and improper wrist actions. And watch until the end if you have problems with your long clubs, especially your 3-wood, because Dana adjusts one small detail that makes the biggest difference from me chunking to hitting pure shots.
That was easy.
It was insane how it worked right on the first shot.
Oh, you actually hit it perfect.
So S2, let's stop wasting time. Let's go.
Yeah, let's grab a sandwich.
Like is that a 56 degree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it your left hand?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Now get your right hand a little more on top.
So I'm like, this feeling is like a little different, and because I'm just trying to close the face a lot. And at the top, I'm just trying to like go until I feel like this kind of like collapse down, and then kind of letting gravity like make it go down, and then I'm trying to push that way.
Okay, so we're gonna expand on this, especially for like wedges.
Okay.
So it's gonna help you a lot. I know you've been hitting off mats.
Yeah. Disclaimer, guys. I haven't hit a ball in 7 days.
Yeah.
Kind of injured myself because I hit on mats.
Not a big fan of hitting off mats a lot. It does, especially with clubs, like if you can kind of imagine, like if you hit forged clubs, you're going to be bending the lofts and the lies. Mm-hmm. So these are cast, they're probably not doing that.
Yeah.
But in the interim, that doesn't mean you can't work on some stuff.
Okay.
So take your setup. So we can really get into the hands today. So left hand looks pretty good. I'm going to be a little bit, take this hand off for a minute. I'm going to put this thumb a little bit more on the shaft. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay, bring the other hand in. And then that's going to cover. So that's more there. That looks good. And then the face is square. Okay, now we're going to, because you have a wedge, let's move your center of gravity of your lower pelvis a little more forward. Perfect. So we're not kind of hanging right. And a little bit more with everything. Okay, so Jerome, the goal with your wedge is not to hit it far. It's to hit it the same distance.
Okay.
And hit it on line. So everything to me looks a little bit like to the right. So try to really push things a little more on top of it, even your upper body.
Like this.
There you go. So your mass is more left of center. Okay, right hand a little more on top.
Would you say then my right eye is on the right side of the ball, or like
pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So right now everything looks very centered,
and
your hips aren't hanging to the right.
Okay.
Now the next goal, because we're not trying to go big here, is before we get into wrist angles, right hand on top. There you go. You're going to take it only to halfway back. Okay.
Okay.
So let's just kind of start there, and then we'll get into your wrist angles. That looks great. Yep, don't worry about it. You're just going to swing from there. Okay, so let's do that again. Don't try to place it.
Just swing?
Yep, just swing. Awesome. Good job. Okay, keep doing that. Don't worry about your wrists yet. I haven't taught you that yet.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, hold the finish. So on all these, stick it here, hold until the ball drops. Okay. So this is very like routine based, what we're doing.
Yeah.
Mini golf swings. Pretty. That looks nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look. So we're just going to look on both sides. So the number one thing when you're hitting wedges, and I'd actually really like you to warm up this way, because you're not trying to pump a bunch of energy through your system. You kind of can let things acclimate.
Okay.
Where you're like, okay, what boxes am I checking in my setup, my alignment, my grip, like all those things that maybe a tour player you might think wouldn't really think about, definitely thinks about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think they don't do these things, they actually do. And when things are off, these are the things that they check.
Okay.
Believe it or not. So when we look at your setup here, we're trying to get with a wedge the center of mass of your body, which is somewhere right in here, to be directly over your center.
Okay.
Now, if you got a driver in your hands, that center of mass might be a little right of center.
Got it.
Now, because we're not trying to hit it far, the easiest thing you can do is to limit center mass movement. So I wouldn't try shifting around if I'm going to be accurate with my carry distances.
Okay.
That's like the number one thing. If I was moving this around and trying to hit something the same distance, it'd be difficult to do.
Okay.
So from that point, we got your right hand a little more on top, left thumb on the shaft. And let's see what we do here. So see how things just kind of turn. Lower body stays forward. So you kind of shifted forward. That's fine. Head didn't really jump forward, which is fine.
Okay.
Okay. So when I'm filming this with a wedge, the center of the pelvis, because you're not trying to shift pressure around too much, is probably going to go forward a little bit, and the left arm goes parallel. And that looks fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to see something down the line in a minute. And then now you're left. So you're left there. That looks pretty good. You're rotating. Handle's a little bit back, but you get shaft flame. Your left wrist looks way better. Right wrist looks better. This needs to rotate a little bit more, but better. So
Rotate meaning like?
Yeah, just a little bit more supination,
Yeah.
but whatever. That looks fine. Okay, let's look on this side. Face is square. That looks pretty good. I would say, now because you didn't move pressure to the right, your right hip's going to look like it turns more
Okay.
than it would with a driver.
And that's
So-
fine.
Yeah, because you're not shifting around. So typically, like if you saw me with a driver, if I was going to hit it 300 yards, I would shift left, shift right. This hip would kind of basically block that pressure going right. It breaks it, and then as I'm winding, I get separation between the rib cage and the pelvis. Then as I go to the top, then that leg starts to extend more.
Gotcha. And
Right.
then shorter.
Shorter, it'll extend earlier
Earlier.
because there's no break there.
I see.
So that's what you're kind of seeing there. We don't want that to happen with a 5-iron. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you're just keeping your pressure forward the whole time. Maybe for a high handicapper
Okay.
that doesn't have mobility. I'm just saying
Yeah.
maybe. But that looks fine. So you keep your tilt. Left wrist looks good. See how it's turning the loft down? It's from the inside. Shoulders aren't super open. Hips are opening. So decent. Little toe hit.
Yeah.
Right arm straightened a little bit. And then the face is a little open. Now, whether or not that's from the toe hit, I'm going to say that's from lack of supination a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't feel my wrist bend a little on this one. So
But overall,
it's fine.
that's pretty darn good.
Okay.
I mean, that's like an 8 out of 10. That's not going to hurt you.
Okay.
Okay. So let's kind of do the same thing. And let's expand on getting this to kind of go.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try to, so go ahead and do your backswing again. Okay, now I want you to kind of so keep looking down. I want you to feel, not look. Okay, so I want you to feel this starts to go a lot more
Okay.
that way. You feel
Gotcha.
that's toes more up,
Yep.
that elbow starts getting more down.
And I'm just like previously
a
it was
little
like
bit
this.
that. Yeah, just kind of let that toe rotate down. Because there's two different ways to hit it lower. Like with a wedge, you're not trying to hit it sky high.
Yeah.
If I went like this with a wedge, that's wrist extension, that goes up.
Yeah.
Now, some players, okay, depending on the player, might go way forward and go like that to hit and still hit it low because they move so far forward you can hit down on it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that because that takes a big swing. So if I go like this, I'm adding dynamic loft.
Yep.
So I'm going to maybe slide away forward to try to hit down. Well, I might catch it a little bit bad. Okay, that's not the best way to do it. Best way to do it is to learn this starts to rotate that way because that takes the loft off.
Yep.
Okay?
I got it.
So let's try it. All the same precursors.
Okay.
Yep. And don't force it, just let it happen. Okay.
I stood up slightly.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Ball was good, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Try that again. Pure.
Yeah, that was good.
Pure. I like the first one too. I know you were a little bit like I didn't like the first one. I actually like the first one. So try to do that with less divot like that. Kind of like the first one.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah. You don't need to smash it.
Oh, that was too much of a divot.
That was what?
Too much of a divot.
Okay.
So what's causing it to dig, I would say, I guess?
Well,
like,
you're getting a lot more shaft lean than you ever have.
yeah, because like I'm feeling it like this, so that's gonna go in more, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you don't want me to do this?
Well, I kind of want you to do that, but then let that toe kind of turn down, turn it over. Yeah.
Rather than just doing.
Yeah, holding it off.
Yeah. Okay.
Decent. Beautiful. Now check this out.
Yeah.
We could literally right now say good lesson and this is it. Okay. This is just a skill building thing. So this is the center. Let me screen record this one. Okay. So here's where you are at lead arm parallel P5. So see how your pressure is left. Okay. You're not ahead of the lead foot, but you're left. And then here, still the handle's a little bit back.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that
Yeah.
momentarily. But look how the wrist is ahead, right?
Yep.
Lead arm's better, club face better. See how the toes releasing, and it's away from your body. Hips are rotating, the arms are extended. That looks great.
Yeah, that was like this part where I'm getting it more forward. I've been working on that. The thing you saw, it's getting back. That's the thing I didn't want to like correct on my own. So
This part? Okay.
yeah, it's always like back there. Maybe it's side bend or.
Nope, it's not side bend.
Thank God
Nope.
I didn't try to correct it.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of get to that momentarily.
Okay.
Looks pretty good though. Okay. All right, so go ahead and take your setup.
Same club?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to go longer on this. Okay, so what gets the club to get the butt end forward?
Rotation?
Partly, it's coming in a different direction though. So could I rotate this way? This is a form of rotation.
Oh, okay.
This is extension and flexion.
Oh, okay.
So that's sagittal,
Okay.
okay? This is frontal, and this is transverse. Okay, so you're already doing this,
Yep.
plenty,
Yep.
okay? You're doing this plenty, you don't need any more,
Okay.
okay, because you worked on that. If you do a ton of this, that doesn't necessarily get the handle more forward, right? If I do a ton of this, that doesn't get the handle necessarily forward.
Okay.
But if I reflex, so if I go here and I reflex,
Yeah.
where's my hands?
Forward.
Way forward.
Yeah, way forward.
So take your setup. Okay. So go ahead and go halfway back for a minute and stop. A little bit longer. There. Okay. Now, if from this point, okay, pressure goes left and you reflex down, where's your handle go?
forward.
There you go. See how the elbow gets more in front of you?
Yes.
That's what you need to kind of, and I want you to kind of think that term. So if you put too much attention to the club, like trying to do too much to the club, and you just go, okay, I'm going to reflex this way. Well, automatically, see my elbows here?
Yeah.
Elbows there, elbows there. Now, I'm not trying to get the elbow in front
Yeah.
physically,
Uh-huh.
but reflexing will organize that further forward. That's sagittal torque.
Gotcha.
It's going this way.
Are
Okay?
you feeling that on the transition?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So in slow-mo, it's kind of just like... Oh.
It's all right. Do
Or
it without
like-
a ball. I'll show you with the film.
Like this, and then...
Yeah,
That.
okay. It's only got to move like 3 to 4 inches, so it's not a very big move.
Okay, got it. So
And
I'm
it's-
slightly squatting,
Hip hinging.
hip hinging. Okay.
So your hips are actually moving more this way.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll show you. So no ball, just show
Nope.
me the feel.
Nope.
And same wrist action.
Okay.
So lead arm parallel, P3. Good, go for it. Check this out. That was easy.
Yeah.
And that word easy is what I realized after training with the greatest golf coaches in the world, that this game is so much easier when you get instruction from the very best. So now I'm trying to give this opportunity that I've had to all of you. With the help of the greatest golf coaches in the world, I'm coming out with the Academy, where all students will have access to get a lesson from the absolute greatest coaches of all time, like I have. So you can stop wasting months and months trying to figure out what to actually fix in your golf swing. There is so much more gold at the end of this video, especially with the details around the 3-wood. But after, go to caddyai.io, go to the Academy tab, and sign up to get access. So please subscribe and like to get more updates on Caddy AI and high quality content in the future. But until then, let's get back to the show.
That was easy.
Yeah.
It's a very, very small move. So it's the opposite of early extension.
Okay.
So like hip flexion. So this is kind of the elephant in the room. So I go into my backswing, and I don't want to get into the weeds here, but your pelvis will tilt upwards with a 7-iron about 10 degrees
Okay.
of hip tilt.
Mm-hmm.
Plus or minus 2 to 3 on either side, depending on what you're doing. So through the transition, it doesn't go like this.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's a form of, we call that early extension if you want. Now, maybe with a driver you might do that if your intent is to hit a big high hook.
Yeah.
Alex Noren, on the other side of it, goes back into more hip flexion and more rotation to move the swing direction more to the left. So we don't necessarily want to go that way either if
Yeah.
your intent is to hit a draw. So we got to be careful when we discuss this. But when you look at this, there, and then you produce forward bend, now the button of the club
I see.
gets in front of your right hip.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Okay, so that it's not me pulling, it's not me actually trying to do this
Yeah.
physically. Now, the act of pushing will actually blast this off the chest a little bit. So like in the golf machine, they have this accumulator system,
Yeah.
and it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But there's a layer ahead of it, which is kinetics, or actually, which is like your forces and torques,
Yeah.
are influencing that system.
Yeah.
So if I get here and I objectively try to do that, well, now I've shut something off to do that. So
Gotcha.
it doesn't actually work that way.
Got it.
Okay, you might feel that, some players feel that, like Bryson does. Bryson feels this, but in actuality, he's pushing
Yeah.
for that to occur.
Okay.
And he
Gotcha.
knows that.
Yeah.
So then, if you're pushing, see, now you get it way ahead, and you're
Oh.
down.
And that's why I'm kind of. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No, what?
I was just saying those divots were pretty fat because I'm still kind of dragging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember where you were. So like you had the handle back here, and I got to hit the ball, and then you pull it forward independently,
Okay.
right? So if the club's out here and I got to get to the ball, I'm going to pull the handle like that to hit it.
Gotcha.
There's a little bit of that in there.
Oh, okay.
And all I want is this.
Got it. Okay.
That's the only motion, is just that.
Okay.
Pretty like intuitively.
Yeah. I was getting at this during my practice because I was like, I really want to close his face, but then I wouldn't like release it.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. Well, and you want to release it.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Good. So it's like an inch of movement. It's not like I'm trying to bury it. It's just a little bit of, you're here and you go down. See where my arm is?
Yep.
I'm not doing anything, and it's rotating.
So it's just like this.
Yeah. And just let it glide. Way better.
Yeah, that's better. Then.
So now you actually can flex and extend
Yeah.
through the ball.
And then, would you say then, as you go up the clubs, it's just a little bit more on like the
More of what?
the feel of this, or
You're already doing the wrist, so
no, this.
just a hair.
Oh, hair.
Yeah, you don't need to add more of it.
Got it. And so, anyway, when you do that move, though, it also helps the wrist go down.
Yeah, because you're not standing up.
Yeah.
You're not going like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
look where my wrist wants to do.
Yeah, and it's not so hard to fit because then when I'm standing up, I'm just like, okay, I need this wrist, so I'm like.
Yeah, and it depends. This is all pattern dependent.
Yeah.
So, okay, two opposite sides. You got Bryson here and Victor.
Uh-huh.
So Bryson, his arm doesn't shift out and go this way, as Victor's does. Like his arm shifts out, lays down, massive wrist flexion.
Yeah.
And then exits left and hits cuts.
Yeah.
Whereas Bryson's more reflex this way, push up, hit draws.
Got it.
So,
Makes sense.
but both of them are cycling some sagittal plane torque through their system.
Gotcha.
There you go. Sweet. And that
Yeah.
allows you to push out of the ground.
Yeah, no, this is pretty simple.
You get one on, I'm gonna get one on this side because we already got this side.
Okay. Oh, that was a little.
Cool.
Do one more.
As good as that is, that looked actually really good. Money. Okay, that's kind of it. That's a
Yeah.
mini golf swing.
Yeah.
It's not sexy,
It's gonna get the same distance and go the same way. all
but
the time.
I mean, you could not wear yourself. This is why we're doing this. So,
Yeah.
if you're hitting on mats, I would hit a ton of wedges. If you were on mats, you'd hit wedges and drivers. Like, think about your golf game for a minute. Like, if we went out and played right now, and you hit your driver somewhat decent, you're gonna have wedge first hole, second hole, fourth hole if you're going in 3, fifth hole is gonna be pitching wedge.
Yeah.
I mean, how many wedges are we hitting right? That's 5 right there.
Yeah.
You're not hitting a 7-iron. You're hitting a 9-iron on 3, 8-iron,
Yeah.
depending where the wind is. Downwind for sure, 9-iron. So nothing in that whole frame is like I'm busting 5-irons and 6-irons.
Yeah.
Like, I'd much rather you metrically be good 120 yards to 60 yards. Like, then your stroke average, I mean, you're going to have way more looks for birdie,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't see guys doing that up on the front of the range all day long.
Oh, dude, I know. I did that for a week, and then I was like playing my best round.
Yeah.
And I was at 80 going into hole 16,
Okay.
and I just collapsed in the last 3 holes.
Okay.
It's bad. I ended up with an 88.
Okay.
That's how
Okay.
bad it was.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you learn from that?
Yeah, I was just going for hero shots. I should have just played.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't change your procedure
Yeah.
or your game plan.
That was the main reason I was doing well, is because I think it was like a couple lessons ago. You're just like, even though it's not like perfect, you got to play with the same thing from
Yeah, you
1
can't
to
change
18,
it.
And
I just said that yesterday to a guy, and
Yeah.
I'm like, look, like, whether the front 9, and this is actually a pretty good player, the front 9 or the back 9, keep the representation of what your skill acquisition is the same.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is you go out there and you just redundantly do the same thing. I don't care how it feels. Picture this, don't change your game plan, don't change your feel, you'll get it back.
Yeah.
You can't randomly get on the 4th hole and go, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good way to get scatterbrained. So,
Yeah.
okay. So this is way better. So see how you're lowering through the transition?
Yep.
Okay, so that pressure, that's a loss of pressure,
Yeah.
which will react with a vertical force upward at some point.
Yep.
So as you're going down, what's your hip doing? It's going into flexion and rotation. So I'm not trying to rip my hips open.
Yeah.
Okay, I've said that before.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to turn the hips. So the act of you going down is reflexing you and causing horizontal torque
Yeah.
or transverse torque, depending on which force plate you use. And then, boom. Now that's a lot.
Yeah. That is.
I mean, you don't need that much, but now that handle is more closer to the femur,
Yeah.
the right femur, without trying to drag it up there.
For the viewers, what's the downfall when it's out here versus in here?
Well, okay, so can I explain that in a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
After this.
and then this is good. Shoulder square, hips open, right elbow bent. Toed it a little bit.
Slightly.
but it's fine. And then you stayed in your tilt, and then that's really pretty. I mean, that looks like Dustin Johnson with a better haircut, no beard. It's good. Sorry, DJ. All right, so really good. Knees come together. That's pretty. I mean, you don't need to do much with that.
Yeah, we just need to do that on every club now.
No, you need to do it with wedges for a while.
Oh, man, in general.
Yeah, we're not jumping on this too much. Okay. So you had a question.
Yeah.
So you have kind of like release points. So, and this is applicable with short game. It's applicable with full swing. Mm-hmm. So if I had the butt end of the club, like in the middle of my stance right here, the angle between the face and the ball is more direct.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would produce, if things are lined up, more angle of attack down.
Got it.
So you'd hit more down on it.
Got it.
Now, if I had a 3-iron, that would be a problem, potentially, because then I'd have to do something to shallow that out. So I might have to back up, pull away, maybe, unless I'm trying to hit it low.
Okay.
This is why, like, intent is everything. Mm-hmm. So if my goal is to hit a 3-iron low, it might be there. So players that hit long irons really good, the button of the club is probably around the right thigh. Mm-hmm. And then if I'm hitting it sky high, button of the club might be here, outside of it.
I see. Okay.
Because that angle of attack is going to change.
Yeah.
If everything being equal. Now, if this is in a different spot that changes that, mm-hmm. right? So why do I say this? Well, we need some standardization to go off of.
Yeah.
And in my camp, my previous camp would be like the Morad camp, the Mac camp, like we would look at those things. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, there are players that have variation, such as the players that are like the Colin Morikawas or the DJs that have wrist differences. Some of those things change because of what they do to the club face.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Versus players that maybe are more here.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, I think just for a standard golf swing, like that's kind of what we're doing. So we'll go right here again.
And if we can check the 3-wood out.
How's your hand? Is it going to be okay?
It'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I took like 5 pills of ibuprofen.
Okay. So you're feeling fine.
I'm feeling great right now.
Did you drink like a whole bottle of Toradol before you got here?
Gatorade.
That's great. I'd love you to do this and almost get to a point where you're not even thinking about it. You're just thinking a carry distance, and what does it feel like?
Yeah. That's one thing I would like to do later is figure out my distances now. Like,
we got to do that on TrackMan.
Yeah, later. Just because, like, with all this me getting ahead, it's just going way too far.
For what you're normally used to.
Yeah, and so like my 7-irons are going over the green, and I don't know when to hit the 9 or pitch.
And we don't even know, like, this is a subject we'll get into later.
Yeah.
Like, we could do it right now. It's literally overkill. And these balls are terrible. So what we'll do is we'll get real balls. We'll go back there and we'll see if your spin rates are okay for your club head speed and your launch angle. Okay. So if you're hitting a 7-iron, it spins 5,000, and you launch it appropriately to what your club head speed. Yeah. Then you need to change balls and or get club fit.
Oh yeah, we need to do club fitting soon. Everyone's just like, what are these clubs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need like a week to practice, and we'll run it back.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
It's almost not my wheelhouse, but
yeah,
we got special golf balls here that don't spin.
Oh, it's a little
fine.
diggy.
Can we jump to 3-wood?
Yeah, let's
do it. I'm just going to have you do what you do. Now, obviously, you're powering this, so I need to see it.
So I wanted to ask you something, because I started doing this thing because I feel like the longer the club, like very longer, I'll get to this point here, and then I'll kind of just raise it, as I've kind of done in the past, like just like lift it.
With your long clubs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so what I started doing, and let me know if this is not the right solution, is like I'll get it here and kind of use my chest to kind of keep this in front of me the entire time, and then go through it.
It sounds correct.
Okay, we'll see if it...
It sounds correct.
Okay. Oh God, this...
It's okay.
Oh no.
It's an important club. This is the one you're supposed to take to dinner.
Yeah, I took a dinner 7 days ago. I haven't done it since.
Okay.
Oh no, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go take a look. We're gonna actually sit on this one because it's nice. This is like the normal office, and we have shade. Okay. A little bit of movement from my camera, but ooh, well, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's like going up.
Yeah. So your chest stays at 0. Your pelvis went forward, which okay is not the worst thing in the world. You can play like that. So like I would say majority of your viewers at home should probably aspire to have their pelvis kind of 0 to 1 degree forward. But the problem is I don't want your chest to get forward before you get to the top.
Yeah, so that was the thing that I was doing, but I don't think it was right. That's why.
Yeah, well, and then you look at you land and it says it's green, but you get a lot of extension. So you're at 8 degrees of extension through the chest, and then everything's just super forward.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Have you been chunking it? Well, you don't know you've been hitting off mats.
Yeah.
That's not good for you, by the way.
Yeah.
Because now you just start to spin and stand up. That's why you can't go down.
Yeah, it's been a problem.
You're gonna have to stand up or you're gonna smack the ground.
Yeah.
So then everything kind of extends. So, I mean, none of this really matters from here because see how as soon as pressure gets left and everything's forward,
I'm just spinning out of
you
control.
just spin and your chest is way forward, pelvis way forward at that point. And then you just start, see how your lift, if I go to P6 right here,
Yep.
your lifts are all up.
Yeah.
So that's why it's good to do the wedge
Yeah.
because it formulates the other pattern that you should be doing.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I like try to counteract the lifting with the long clubs, and I was like, I don't know if this is right. So maybe
Counteract, explain.
So that's what. So right now, so previous I was always kind of doing this, and then I was just like ripping it across like this, and so I wanted to avoid that. So I went like this, and then I went like that to keep my hands in front of me, but it would kind of like lift my chest open. And then
Okay.
go down.
So like that sounds good. We gotta get you in a position so you don't have to extend. So you're extending for a reason. Like you're coming out of the shot. It's not because you're not mobile enough, you're not fit enough, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like those are all like rhetorics.
Yeah.
The reality is that your backswing is just not in a good position.
Yeah.
It looks okay,
Yeah.
but it's really not. You're just way too far forward. Like if you were a tour player and you're trying to do that, your intent would be to hit a bullet shot,
Okay.
draw or fade. Like it'd just be an absolute knee height, screaming through the wind ball. Okay, not a standard deviation ball.
Okay.
And your brain knows that, so it starts to stand up to get room to try to hit the ball. So the first low-hanging fruit is here. You can see like right off the ball, chest sway, pelvis, it's starting to get forward. This should be green. It should be like an inch more right with everything.
Does that mean this is going this way?
Yeah, the
dang.
center of your rib cage is going forward. And
That sucks.
and you're already going up.
Yeah, that's. I kind of need to lift with it. I didn't know it was going forward. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get that out.
It needs to get way more over there.
Okay.
And pressure, you're pushing off the right, so it's not a bad thing. But let's change that.
Yeah, let's change that. Thank God I
Okay.
didn't do it for 7 days in a row.
Well, this is like, it's still in the realm of the very first thing we ever talked about.
Yeah.
Still has hints of that in there.
Yeah, it's because, so that was like what I was trying to get rid of, because I know when I lifted, then I felt like this, which was the teeter-totter move, and I was
Yeah.
like, I want to do anything to get away from that. So then all I did was like this, but I don't feel the teeter-totter, but I'm like kind of all weird
Okay,
out of here.
let me show you.
Yeah.
So let's go set up. This is just me, Jerome,
Yeah.
is I have to kind of understand, like I don't want to bring my arms around me.
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because I can do this and get everything over here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you're doing. So I need to get the body. So let's just take your setup. I'll walk you through it. Okay. So same distribution pressure-wise, but you need to globally feel like these two centers, when they turn more to the right.
Uh-huh.
So feel like they go 2 inches to the right. Okay. So is that 2 inches right? Because it looks like your hips went forward.
Yeah.
So both centers go, like, actually 2 inches forward, 4 inches to the right.
This goes too, a little bit?
Yeah, just let everything go over there. But this 4 inches to the right. There. Okay, so clearly this is in front of you.
Yeah.
This is to the right, and you're loaded right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, now don't let this go forward yet.
Okay.
Now keep winding this, and don't extend. So you're going to feel like this is down, and this is in front of you.
Down.
Down. Like this is not extending. Okay?
What is not extending? Oh, I see. Down. Okay.
Down.
Like this.
And that's your backswing. So now, here's the thing. Can I see the club for a second? All right, you have to be careful. I'm going to put this on camera too. Okay, so you got two different types of players out there. You have some players that look like this.
Yeah.
Okay? You're not that guy.
Yep.
You look like this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty much
so,
since day one.
right. So it's way better, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Like you're not doing it with your irons, but you do it with this.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is because your brain knows if I get here, I'm not going to hit chunk it.
Yeah.
But what's not going to chunk the ball is the handle getting forward. So you have to feel, this is just a feel, that this globally has to stay right of center.
Mm.
And you need to feel like your chest keeps its forward bend, which is this, instead of you extending it. Okay, now if you overcook it, great. And every player, if you rotate enough, will create extension in their spine.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying that doesn't happen, but
Yep.
for you, you need to feel like it doesn't happen. That'll actually shorten your swing up too.
Okay.
Okay?
Let me try.
Because you went to like 112 degrees of rotation
Yeah.
with your rib cage,
Yeah, it's
which
okay.
is a lot. Okay, so we'll remeasure this. So what would that feel like globally? Chest 4 inches right, pelvis 2 inches right, and flexion.
And just go to the top.
You're just going to go to that and keep your arms in front of you, feeling as you do that. There. Does that feel like you're less forward?
Yeah, it feels like I'm all the way over here.
Yeah, please. Can you do that again?
Yeah.
So ball a little more forward. A little bit more. Good. Okay, you got your setup. Okay, show me what that feels like. Hit it. Awesome. That was easy.
Went to the right.
Well, yeah, I know you hit the ground, but don't worry about
Yeah.
that. So 0. Chest got to 1.4.
This way.
Yep.
Yep.
Pelvis still went forward
Oh, it did.
a little bit. It's kind of okay though. That's why I was saying like most of your viewers should be something like that.
Yeah.
Hips forward, head back. It's going to create a right path. Extension still a little bit much.
Upward.
Yeah, we need it like right there. So
And
to
then
like,
just keep going around at there.
yeah, just keep that. And then see how your head was more back, and you flex down more, and then that is better. That's better. That's more reminiscent of your, even though you kind of hit the ground, it's more reminiscent of your wedge that you just did.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the elephant in the room. Trending.
So what's the...
You're just going to have to do a bunch of those. Feeling. You're just going to have to do that a lot. So let's just stay on that. The chest feeling like it's right, and then hips are at 0. At
Gotcha.
least by almost the top.
Okay.
And then you can slam left.
Okay.
And I use the term slam lightly right now.
Yeah.
But then you can get pressure left.
So here, when I'm like doing that, then this is kind of just the brake forces we did last time. And then this entire time, I'm just staying, I know we kind of did this a while back, but it's just like
Bent over.
bent over like this
Yeah.
rather than like that.
And you probably are going to feel your right shoulder move more, or left shoulder more to the right, around instead
This.
of down.
So like
There.
this, and then from here,
You're already there.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I try like a couple of those?
Yeah. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, seriously, like if because that's something that you've had from stage one, you tend to like to do that. It's
Yeah.
like path of least resistance.
Yeah,
Now, maybe a year from now, you won't do that.
that'd be great.
Okay. So shift pressure right. Done. Now feel like your rib cage turns back. So you're going to literally feel like your left shoulder gets to my hand.
Left shoulder gets here.
There. And then don't rip the arms around you. Keep them in front. Get there.
Get
Keep
here.
your toe down. There. So that's what I need you to feel.
Okay.
Feel that?
Yeah.
That's where I need you. So now from here, it's easy for you just to go little spike.
And then
And
I'm
just-
hitting it like that.
Just whatever you do. Because you already, remember, I told you your wedges are good.
Yeah.
All the alignments look good. Hitting a ball well is not going to take you fitting everything perfect. Because I know you want to check all these boxes. Just get that better.
Yeah.
And then
Gotcha.
react to it.
I see. So it's,
You'll hit a bunch of bad shots, you'll hit a bunch of good shots. But if you try to do everything, you're not going to this is one of the reasons why we haven't mastered that.
yeah.
It's because of you're trying to put a lot of stuff in.
Yeah.
Get this better.
And this little land on the left, I'm not
You're already
like,
doing it.
I'm not going like
No.
It's just like that.
Yeah, you're not trying to get your mass over your left foot.
Oh, okay.
You're just trying to get pressure there.
And then from there I'm hitting it.
Yeah, just go.
Like that.
You're doing most of those pretty well.
Okay.
Okay, one line item. Get that over there.
This one. Okay.
Already better. You actually made contact.
I feel like I'm so like behind it hitting.
Yeah,
Is that
you're
what
going to
supposed
feel
do?
way behind it for you.
Okay. Was I not? Or was I?
Before?
No, not there. Was I like super
You
behind?
probably, no, you're probably like zero.
Oh, really?
You weren't even close. No.
Oh, I feel like I'm like here and just hitting
No.
it.
Well, especially if you're like 2 inches forward at the top, of course.
Oh man.
I'm having you feel like you're 4 inches to the right. You might get to 2 today.
Okay.
Might.
Can you feel it?
Oh, I will, but you got to hit a couple.
Okay. I need
Yeah, don't worry.
I want to believe that.
And don't throw the ball back in your stance. So play it forward.
Oh, I feel like I'm hitting.
There you go. That's like perfect. That's right, like center of your left pec. Oh, you actually hit it perfect.
I need video proof that I'm not like all the way
No, you
back.
don't. Ball just told you. That's an old school response. What'd the ball do? Oh, it did good. Okay.
Oh, that's so funny. I like this this being a little more on top too.
Yeah.
Because when I was here, I would just rip it back.
Yeah.
like, all the
You
way.
look like you're like this with
Yeah.
your right hand. It's like, no, it's there.
Yeah. Oh, little topper.
Keep going. I think you need more. And your lower body. Like get everything a little bit more there.
I need to be more right.
Yeah. Good. Go. Awesome. Can I show you that?
Yeah.
We'll do it in here one more time. Remember what your intent is. So a 3-wood, you're probably going to hit about 2 degrees down on it.
Okay.
You're not going to hit 7 and you're not going to hit up. Okay.
I see.
That's why a 3-wood's easy to draw. Because you're hitting down, which hits out.
Yeah.
And hitting down presents a sweet spot to the ball. Okay. And it pushes the path more right.
I see.
Now hitting up
Go left a little bit more.
will move the path left, and you're going to thin it. So that's why a lot of pros hit cuts with their driver and draws with their 3-wood.
Makes sense.
Ah, you actually got right. There you go. So your pelvis is at 0, just got 1.5, and your turn lessened to 1.106. Tilt is at 46, so it's a little bit much, and your extension went to 5 instead of 7.
Which tilt was too much?
Left tilt. So like your left tilt is a little bit extreme there.
Which is here.
this. Left shoulder low.
Left shoulder like this.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Preferably, like, I'll show you the averages just so you know. The averages are going to be closer to like 41, 42. So just a couple degrees.
So how do I fix
Just a level, more level turn.
like rather than this, it's this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is why you go into extension, is you start tilting too much. Like everything to me with what you're doing is a contact apprehension thing.
Okay.
It's like, I want to make good contact, tilt more. Okay, I want to make good contact, get forward more. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, that is, you can do all those things too much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the players that are in forward bend too much, that would be the recipe for them,
Mm-hmm.
is get them to move more like into left tilt and more extension.
I see.
But you can obviously do that too much. I mean, I think this looks pretty good though. Like, look, your impact, that looks fine. You're not as extended, just a little bit pelvis lift.
Yeah.
But look, your handle's forward.
Gotcha.
So that looks fine.
Yeah, it looks good.
And you did really well. So the last metric is just take 5 degrees of left bend out of it, and you got it.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's going to feel like you're probably not going to hit it, but it would cause you to go down and open.
Okay, can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that just means that setup, I'm not like going like this. It's just like
A little more horizontal.
more horizontal. Okay.
Yeah. So like a good way of looking at this, and look, like this is a little bit ladled with like my preferences, and I'm not specifically talking to tour demographic outliers. Okay, so take them off the table for a minute, because they all have certain things that they do.
Yeah.
Those boxes you need to stay within. Like, I can't take DJ and say I'm going to turn you into Tommy Fleetwood,
Yeah.
like, because there's too many things that have to be reprogrammed, but we're not in that position. So for you, it's like, okay, well, if I go into left bend too much, then I'm probably going to extend to get rotation.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to tilt more, extend more, and rip my arms around me. The more I start getting that way.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the path of least resistance. So with a 7-iron, it's going to be about 44 degrees of tilt to 45 there.
I see.
Okay. Sorry to throw like geometry at you here.
No, so okay, yeah, go ahead.
But
yeah.
that club's flatter,
Yeah.
right? So is a driver. So if you're at like 41 degrees, that would be good. And then don't have as much extension, then you're going to be more here. Opposed to that,
Got it.
which is kind of what it looks like.
Would you say then with the longer clubs are more horizontal versus the like?
It
does go
progressively goes that way. Yeah,
So,
because
like-
if you think about it, the club itself, your driver's at like 45 degrees.
down? Yep.
You know, of a triangle to the ground.
Yep.
And then your wedges get closer to 70
Gotcha.
because they're shorter
I see.
and steeper.
Uh huh.
And therefore, all those metrics like angle of attack, those change, like, not to get into the weeds. But so you need to feel with your longer clubs, especially that the left bend is less.
Gotcha. And it's for me when it's like that. What's like the? I'm coming in too steep.
Too
then?
steep.
I see. And so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like if I was here, like this thing was teed up here, my shoulder pitch should be more this way.
Yep.
I wouldn't go like that. I'd just go crash.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let me try. So it's like this, and then versus.
Yeah,
this
so
is-
two metrics
Yeah.
that you're going to work on. This is it.
Yeah.
Both centers. This one maybe 0 to 1 to the right.
Yep.
This is going to feel 4 to the right. And
Yep.
I'm going to say 4, and you can keep doing that, and then less left bend, arms in front.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good job.
Okay, that makes way more sense. That was great.
That was easy.
You ever see that?
Yeah, okay. So
awesome.
the good thing that you did there, actually, what's interesting is like, and this is a good topic. Like, this is very complex conversation, but you build understanding around it, and that got you comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't just random throw an idea against the wall and hopefully it sticks. That will bring comfort to the bottom. Okay, so how do I say this without sounding like a nerd?
They're all nerds
I mean,
watching us.
Yeah, well, I mean, sorry boys and girls. I dish that thing like that Golfworks comment.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
Comments, guys, you guys went in. I love it.
So, yeah, I know I said that. But all of us coaches have preferences. And a lot of it is just based off of our experience on who we have on driving ranges.
Yeah.
Okay. And so this is kind of a big one because a lot of players struggle hitting maybe a draw or hitting it straight. So when they get information in there, which is doable because it may be based around making contact, which is where you kind of were facing issues, like you were just deep divots, swing directions going left, and you're feeding the beast by getting more this way.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you might be able to draw it if you go here and throw your arms out to the right.
Yeah.
But that's not acceptable. So you have to start feeling like you get here, moving this more horizontal feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Until it's too much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying be over here. I mean, that'd be ridiculous. But get it to a point where you look at, like, Xander's a good example. Like, Xander doesn't have a bunch of this.
Yeah.
If you look at his right hip, he's like that. Like,
Yeah.
he's kind of loaded into it. And then he drops this way and he draws the ball.
Yeah.
So, but we don't want it to get that way. That would be bad.
And for the wedge, I don't really need to feel that as much.
No, because it's steeper.
Because so I could basically match
Yeah.
my body with.
Hence why I said
Yeah.
most of your practice should be wedges and long clubs.
Okay.
I don't care about the 7-iron.
Okay.
Like if you were to have 100 balls, you would hit 90 of them with a wedge and 10 of them with a 3-wood and driver. Probably 3-wood. Driver's too easy to hit.
Can we hit driver?
No, 3-wood's way harder to hit.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not teed up and the sweet spot's not the size of Mars.
Okay, can I try to hit this one more?
Yeah, do what you just did. That was great. Ooh.
Contact is way easier.
Yeah.
I just need to turn this down a little more.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's right out the middle.
Yeah. What? Okay, that makes the science or the math makes sense.
Yeah, we don't call it science. That's a stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
I'm a ranger out of El Dorado. It's not science.
Now I can just do this.
It's like saying research. It's like, it's not research, it's reading.
This is engineering right here.
Nice. That's playable, dude. That's right out the middle.
Yeah, the contact is so much easier. I just need to work on this a little bit.
Don't even
later.
worry about that.
Yeah.
Like you got the contact in there.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
much
cool.
better. You got this?
I think so. I
Okay,
think so.
no more mats.
Yeah, okay. Well, guys, I moved to LA, so if you guys have good comments or recommendations for no mats, let me know.
Yeah, ranges with no mats. Especially, I mean, I know we have mats here, but like if you do mats, off-speed wedges, don't try to smash them into the ground, and do the appropriate wrist angles, and then hit a lot of 3-woods and drivers.
Yeah.
But if you're hitting 8-irons and 9-irons and 7-irons, like 1,000 balls hitting mats,
Yeah.
no bueno.
Yeah, I'm an outlying case. If you're hitting 1,000 balls like me, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, not a good idea. Yeah,
Okay.
that was good.
Awesome, man.
You got it. Absolutely.
Hey, Jerome here. I'm so excited to share all the new things we are building at Caddy AI and for you to be part of the journey because this channel isn't anything without you. So, if you already checked out caddyai.io and joined the waitlist, check out this video down below. YouTube recommended me to share it with you. They said you would love it. See you there.